Good afternoon and welcome to the Country coverage of the Euro 2024 Group E encounter as Romania take on Ukraine at the stadium in Munich, the Munich Football Arena. I'm Sven and I'll be your presenter guiding you through the build-up and then give you a reminder of all the other scores that took place so far in the European Championships for summer of 2024. Alongside me is the match commentator Paul James, who will guide you through the action in a few moments' time once the teams are ready and waiting to kick off. I can see them in the tunnel ready to go, and we're looking forward to this one this afternoon. It's going to be a good game. I feel Ukraine could potentially come out on top, in my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. Speaking of Ukraine, they've got Alexander Zinchenko of Arsenal playing in the left-back position when normally he plays in midfield for Ukraine due to the injury to Vitaly Mikalenko of Everton, who is fit enough only to be amongst the Ukrainian substitutes. And with that there then, Paul, which I've just heard me mention, very good afternoon to you, good morning, good evening, depending where everyone is tuning in from. To you, Paul.
Hi, Ross.
Where Zinchenko normally plays in that midfield. He's having to fill in the left back today for Ukraine. Do you think that could be a problem for them, especially when they need to have his experience in that midfield?
Well, I think what you'll probably find is that Zinchenko will step up from defence to midfield just like he does for Arsenal. I don't see it being a huge problem. The only issue I might see with Zinchenko moving up at that point is, of course, he could be caught on the break. Romania look like they're operating on a 4-3-3 type system, a modified 4-3-3. So they could get caught out with man on the right-hand side, potentially catching them out. So they'll have to be careful for that. But I think he's just going to do basically what he does at Arsenal and just step up into that midfield as and when he sees it fit.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're also starting for Ukraine, I won't give too much away. He's another player that we know quite well from the English Premier League, and that is Mykhailo Mudryk of Chelsea. Starts today. It could be a big tournament and a big game for him to start off his tournament as well, couldn't it, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, he's had a mixed season for Chelsea, hasn't he? It took a long time to settle in. But what I've seen about Mudryk is when he's at his best, he's almost unplayable. And I think you have to look at that and you have to say, well, he's a potential threat. And if he has a really good tournament, I think it's going to help boost his confidence going into next season.
Yes, one man who we've not seen yet seen an awful lot in the Premier League so far is Radu Dragusin, who starts for Romania today, plays for Tottenham Hotspur in the English Premier League as well. It could be a big tournament for him up against Mudryk and Zinchenko on that left-hand side, amongst so many key players for Ukraine. It's going to be a real test of his character, especially at the next season, if he is to play for Spurs next season, Paul.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a big test for this Romanian team as a whole. The last time they qualified was 2016, and they were out in the group stage. So I think they're going to want to make a much improved performance this time round and try to get themselves out of the group stage if they can at all help it.
Yes, absolutely. We're back with Paul very shortly for kick-off in this game at 2 o'clock UK time. Just almost set and ready to go then in this Group E encounter. Later on this evening, we will bring you coverage of the match in Group D between Austria and France. I'll be joining you for that one a little bit later on at 7:50 this evening. Join me for that here on the country. But stay with us for now to the coverage of the game that we're bringing you between Romania and Ukraine very, very shortly with Paul James, be your man on the mic. Just want to say very good work yesterday from Jack Essen and Nicholas Jones in their two commentary matches. They covered the games in England's group yesterday, with Jack covering the game between Slovenia and Denmark, while Nicholas put and got off to a winning start, and we'll try and find some reaction to that game to play at half time from England boss Gareth Southgate, amongst others, as we try and bring you some reaction to the game from last night, which involved England as well, which second half performance, not that great, but it doesn't really matter about performances at this stage of the competition, just about getting the wins off, getting the wins on the board and starting off how you mean to go on. And England did that with a 1-0 victory last night, and you just see how they're going against Denmark on Thursday before the final group game against Slovenia on the 25th of June. So we've kicked off very much fast approaching now. We're almost set and ready to go. Good afternoon, Nicholas, who says, "Afternoon, everyone. I'm listening in from work." Nicholas, you may have just heard me there then, my friend. Say good work from you yesterday, my friend. And I listened back to it last night, and it was fantastic work from you as always, mate. Yes, I know you said yesterday to us, Nicholas, you may sound a bit rusty, but I don't see that at all. Right then, with the kick-off very much fast approaching in this game between Romania and Ukraine, one thing is left for me to do is hand over to your match commentator, and none other than Paul James.
Thank you, Russ. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you're listening to in the world today. You're listening to Group E action between Romania and the Ukraine at the Allianz Arena in Munich. This is the second of 6 games that will be played at this stadium. 66,000 people crammed in. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, starting with the Romanians. The goalkeeper Florin Nitter is starting today. Andrei Radu Dragusin, Marius Marin, Nikasa Bancu, Andrei Burka, Florian Coman, Razvan Merin, Denis Mann, and Nikolai Stancu. He's the captain for Romania. So for the Ukraine, qualified through the playoffs by beating Iceland, start with Andrei Lunin in goal, Yukim Konoplia, Taras Stepanenko, he's the captain, Mikhaila Mudryk, Artem Dovbyk, Ilya Zabarny, Georgy Sudakov, Viktor Sigankov, Alexander Zinchenko, Mykola Shaparenko, and Mykola Matvienko. And our substitutes today, I am going to go through them now, starting with Romania. I'll just go through them quickly. The 2 goalkeepers, Moldovan and Tamovanu. The rest are Rus Nedlakaru, Albek, Kladado, Pushkas, Haji, Malina, Oleru, Mogus, Sorescu, Rakovin, Brilgi, Suit, and I'm sorry if I butchered those names. They are very difficult to pronounce. And for the Ukraine, Bushan, Krabin, Vatok, Talovirov, Sidorchuk, Yarmolenko, Malinovsky, Yaremchuk, Mikolenko, Gradko, Zubkov, Bonda, Stimchik, Vanet, and Mikhailichenko. Our referee today is Glenn Nyberg, 35, from Stata in Sweden. He's got 2 Swedish officials with him on the lines, Mabod Begi and Andreas Soderqvist. The 4th official is from Norway, is Eston Eskav. The VAR, 2 from Netherlands, Rob Diepernik and Paul van Bockel. And the other assistant in VAR is Jerome Brissard from France. Ukraine have had to change their jerseys today. They're considered the away team, and they will be in blue shirts, blue shorts, and blue socks as we're about to get this game underway. Romania in their all yellow kits, yellow shirts, yellow shorts, yellow socks. They will be attacking the goal to our left as the Ukraine get the game underway, and the ball is with Bancu. Bancu drops the ball back to the goalkeeper, Nita. Nita releases it here to Ravin. I'm going to refer to Marins as Ravin and also Marius. And the Ukraine coming forward now. Cut inside, it's Dovbyk. He's going to get the shot away here. Dovbyk, he holds up the ball. It was an inspired run. And it was cleared away there by Marin. and the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, Andrei Lunin. Lunin releases the ball there to Konoplia. Konoplia plays the ball long, looking there for Mikhailo Mudryk, but it goes all the way through to Andrei Lunin in the Romanian. Florin Nitu in the Romanian goal. And we look at Mikhailo Mudryk. I spoke about him earlier. He's had a sort of an on and off season for Chelsea. He'll be looking for a really good tournament this season as Nita launches the ball downfield. It bounces up in the air and it's just headed back to the goalkeeper by the number 22, Matvienko. And it's picked up here. It's a long ball there out wide to Konoplia. Konoplia drops the ball back there to Shaparenko. And it's picked up again, but this time by Sigankov. Sigankov drops the ball to Stepanenko. Into the midfield, Stepanenko picks up the ball again. He's midway inside his own half. Stepanenko holds the ball up. And he's just dropped it back there to Konoplia. Konoplia gives the ball out wide here to Zinchenko. Zinchenko picks up the ball. He's already moved in towards the midfield as Alexander Zinchenko. He now moves towards the middle of the park and he drops it back there to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko, long ball looking for Dovbyk. He's almost been able to pick that ball out of the air, but instead it just goes all the way through to Florin Nitter. He just wasn't able to bring that ball down, Dovbyk. It was a good pass by Zinchenko, but it was just a little bit overhit, and it goes through to the goalkeeper, Florin Nitter, and Nitter clears the ball downfield, and it's picked up in the air and headed on that time by Zinchenko, and again that time by Burka. But it's now with the number 11 Branku, and it's played forward. But that's won back by the number 13 Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi just gives the ball up there that time, and it's now picked up by Stanku, the captain. Stanku in midfield plays the ball forward. That's a really, really good ball that time by Marin, and that's Razvan Marin. He plays the ball out to Coleman. Coleman swings it in, and well, he was looking for Dennis Mann there, but the ball just goes over his head, and it's an easy pickings for Andrei Lunin. Well, we've had 3 minutes gone. It is Romania 0, Ukraine 0 from the Allianz Arena in Munich. Group E action for you here on the commentary hub. Later, we have Austria versus France. Join Ross for that, as the Ukraine coming forward now with Mudryk. Plays it down this left-hand side here, and it's delivered into the middle there by Sigankov. He drops it back there to the number 15, Sigankov. And the number 19 there, Shaparenko. Shaparenko holds the ball up there to the number 15, Sigankov. Sigankov plays the ball back, and it's a long ball forward that time by Zabarnyi, but it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. And right now, the final ball seems to be what's missing from both teams, as Florian Nitter now has the ball. And what I can tell you right now is the ball is played downfield, and the heads go up to win that one. Challenging in the air for that was Dennis Mann, but it was just won at the back by Konoplia. And as we look at the head coach for Romania, Edward Irarescu, obviously Romania doing very, very well to qualify. They didn't qualify for Euro 2020, which was played in 2021 due to the COVID restrictions. But the last qualification, of course, 2016, where they were eliminated in the first round. Just trying to pick up the ball there was Marin, but there appears to be a foul here, and a free kick has been given. Marin just going straight into the back of the Ukrainian number 14, Sudakov. And Sudakov went down very easy, and the referee awarded the free kick to the Ukraine. And it's played forward here. It's Konoply. Konoply drops the ball out wide to Modric. Modric now attacking the penalty area from the left-hand side. Corner of the penalty area. Overlapping hit is Matvienko with a cross, but it's blocked and cleared away that time by Ratu. Trying to win the ball there in midfield is a number 17, Alexander Zinchenko. And Zinchenko tried to set Stepanenko on his way, but the ball goes out of play as we look at Sergei Reborov. Reborov, of course, a former player for Tottenham Hotspur in his playing days. Throw in for Romania, level with their own penalty area. It's taken quickly and it's picked up here. Won back by Sigankov, and it's now with Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi down this near side to Dovbyk. And it's picked up here in the midfield by Sigankov. Real chance breaking forward now. It's Sudakov. Sudakov plays it into Dovbyk, and the ball is back to the edge of the area, and it's struck by Sigankov, but it's blocked. And it now comes back to the number 6 there for Romania. For Ukraine, Stepanenko. And it's picked up in the centre of the park, and just out down this near side to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi cuts inside, and he gives the ball there to Matvienko. Matvienko to Zinchenko. Ball played forward here to Modric. Left-hand side, corner of the penalty area. Modric drops the ball back there, but unable to pick that up with Stepanenko. And Romania win the ball back now with Koeman. Koeman racing down the left-hand side. And he plays the ball forward. Oh, it's a good interception that time, but he's dispossessed. And here's an opportunity now for Branco with a shot. And it's a comfortable save for Andrei Lunin as we have our first attempt on goal. And we have a Ukrainian player down injured right now. So I'm just trying to see who that is. Just can't quite tell from here. Yes, it appears to be Zabarnyi who has picked up an injury here. Oh, the studs were up. The studs were up from that shot from Marin. And Marin then gets on his feet, but it looks like the studs were up a little bit there. And that didn't look quite pleasant. I'm sure it was an accident, of course, but it wasn't the most pleasant of contacts. 8 minutes gone. Romania 0, Ukraine 0, and Zabarnyi back on his feet right now. And he plays the ball long downfield there, and picking up the ball on the right-hand side is Sigankov, I should say, rather. And the ball is now with the number 19, Shaparenko, picked up there by the captain, Stepanenko. And now turning away from this break, and down the right-hand side is Modric. And Modric just drops the ball back here to the number 13, Zabarnyi. The ball is played down the left-hand side, and here's Modric again, approaching the number 2, Ratu. Modric drops the ball back, and he tries to pick up the ball again, and it's picked up this time by the number 14, Sudakov, but under pressure by Dragusin. The ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. As it was just taken out of play. It looked like there was a foul there that time, but the referee didn't give it, and instead chose to give the throw into Romania, which is taken quickly, level with their own penalty area. The ball has been given away, and here come the Ukraine again, and it's number 2, Konoply. Konoply drops the ball back there to Matvienko. Matvienko to Zinchenko, who's already in an advanced position. Zinchenko drops the ball back to Matvienko. Now then, here's Zabarnyi, almost at the halfway line. Patient build-up by the Ukraine. Zabarnyi is going to try to play the ball over the halfway line, but instead he decides to drop the ball back that time to Shaparenko. And now here is Matvienko down to Zinchenko. Lifts the ball over the top, looking for Modric, but that is a really good interception that time by Dragusin. Just knocks the ball out of play because had that have gone past him, Modric would have been in, and it's a throw-in for the Ukraine. Taken quickly, and again, Ukraine will have an opportunity after Coleman just gets in the way of that. As we take a look at Ratu with the dyed blue hair. And it's a throw-in for the Ukraine, almost level with the Romanian penalty area. Thrown to Dovbyk. Dovbyk trying to get in the area, but he goes down. No penalty that time. And it's cleared away that time by Burka. All the way downfield. And Dovbyk gets on his feet with a smile on his face. I think he knows that wasn't a penalty. Ball is played down this right-hand side now to Sigankov. Sigankov picks the ball up there now, and he gives the ball to Sudakov. Sudakov drops the ball to Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays the ball forward again to Sudakov. Sudakov down the left-hand side, and it's Modric again. Pulled back to Sudakov with a shot, but that is a really good block by Burka, and it goes all the way back into the Ukrainian half of the field. It is still 0-0. We've had 11 minutes gone here at the Allianz Arena in Munich. And the Ukraine are starting to put a little bit of pressure on early on here. Sudakov picks up the ball here and drops it back to the goalkeeper. Drops it back to the defence there, to the number 22 for the Ukraine, which is Matvienko, and the ball is played long, and it goes over everybody's head and goes behind for a goal kick. So we take a look at the coach for Romania, Edward Lordanescu. They've only one win in their last 5 games, of course, and that was a 1-0 win over Switzerland. 0-0 draws with Liechtenstein and Bulgaria, a defeat to Colombia, and a 1-1 draw with Northern Ireland signifies a very much out-of-form Romanian team. As the ball is played to the left-back Banku, as he comes forward now, and he slips the ball on there to Coleman. Coleman tries to lift the ball into the penalty area, but it's headed away by Zabarny, but it's re-picked up here midway inside the half of the field, midway inside the Ukrainian half of the field. Konopoli getting forward in an advanced position. That's a good challenge by Zinchenko, and it's given to Stepanenko, and he clears the ball away. Now then, Ukraine on the break, down the right-hand side, it's Sigankov. Sigankov taking it all the way to the touchline, but that is a really good interception that time by Burka, and it just fortunately lands very well for Florin Nitter in the Romanian goal. And it's Romania 0, Ukraine 0. That one is released that time to Dragusin. Dragusin has the ball, and he drops it to Stanku. Stanku just releases it back to Dragusin. And Ratu is on that far side as well, but it's been given back, in this case, to Burka. Burka gives the ball to Dragusin, and it's now picked up here by Marius Marin. Marin plays the ball into the centre circle and knocked on there by Stanku. And the ball is now down the left-hand side, and it's with Barker. Barker storming forward now for the Ukraine. And it's a good challenge that time by Konopoli. And almost given away there. Zinchenko just has to nip in there and just make sure that the challenge was made. And finally, the ball goes back to the goalkeeper from Stepanenko. But just for a moment there, the Ukraine nearly nipped in. And picking up the ball in midfield is Sigankov. Sigankov just drops the ball back there to Stepanenko. Stepanenko holds the ball up, and he drops the ball back into the midfield there to Sigankov. And Matvienko. Advanced position. Here's Zinchenko to Stepanenko. Stepanenko, the captain for Ukraine today. And at the moment, they're just passing it around nicely with Zabarny trying to find Modric there with the long ball to the left-hand side. But it goes over his head, and goes out of play. We've got with us also listening today, Joe Smoke. Hope you're doing well, Joe. And Nick Jones, who mentioned earlier on, is listening from work. Great job with the commentary yesterday, Nicholas, on the England game. It sounded like a pretty difficult game to commentate on, especially in the second half. He did a really good job, my friend. Here is the number 11 for Romania now, and it's Bancu. Bancu plays it down the left-hand side to Coman. Coman cutting inside. And it's picked up here by Stancu. Stancu, that's a good challenge, though, by Stepanenko. Right on the edge of the box, wins it back. And he drops the ball back to Zabarnyi there. And Zabarnyi now is just looking for options left and right. He passes it to his central defensive partner, Matvienko. Matvienko gives it to Zinchenko. And it's picked up here by Stepanenko again, just trying to turn away there from Stancu, but he drops the ball back there to Alexander Zinchenko, the Arsenal left back. And he plays it across the line in the penalty area to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi now advancing forward. Long ball over to the left-hand side, looking for Mikhailo Mudryk. Finds him, but he slips, but he maintains possession, does Mudryk. And he's cutting into the middle here. He's shoved over there. And has the referee given a free kick? He has. In fact, he's given it against Mudryk. And it's going to be a free kick to Romania. Stancu fell over the number 14 there for Romania. For the Ukraine, Sudakov. He kind of just fell over the ball and almost tripped himself over Marin. So in the end, we're going to get a free kick to Romania as our referee Glenn Nyberg is going to get the game back underway. And it's now with the number 3 Dragutin. He just releases the ball here to Bancu. Bancu plays a long ball there, and it's won in the air by Zinchenko. Here's Stepanenko and Shaparenko. Back there to Shaparenko. He drops the ball back to Zabarnyi, and he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Andrei Lunin. Lunin releases the ball there, and Stepanenko just drops the ball back to Zabarnyi as well, as the stadium just littered in yellow at the moment with the colour that the fans have brought from both countries, because of course both countries play in yellow. Ukraine losing the toss, or really rather considered the away team having to wear their change strip of blue. And here is Sigankov. It's dropped back there to Zabarnyi. And it's Shaparenko. Long ball over the top to the number 2 here, Konopoli, is in an advanced position. The ball now with the number 15, Sigankov. Back to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi to Matvienko. Zabarnyi just over the halfway line. That's a nice little pass there to Mudryk. And the ball is now with Matvienko again. Shaparenko. Zabarnyi. Picked up there by Sigankov. Stepanenko rather. And the ball is forward now to Mudryk, and it's just laid off by Sigankov. But Shaparenko only just made it there, and he managed to get it back to Zabarnyi. Shaparenko, midway inside the Romanian half of the field. Back into the midfield there to the number 22, Matvienko. It's a bit scrappy there. Romania win the ball back. And it's Stancu. Now for Romania. It's a long ball by Stancu looking for Coman, but it just goes out of play for a goal kick. That was way too long. He was never going to get there. And with 20 minutes gone, it's Romania 0, the Ukraine 0 in Munich at the Allianz Arena as the 2024 European Championships are well and truly underway here in Germany. We've seen some fantastic games so far. We haven't seen a 0-0 draw yet, and I'm hoping that today is not the day. But here's Shaparenko for the Ukraine. Good ball down this near side to Konopoli. Konopoli gets the crossing down the right-hand side. It's long. There is nobody there, and it's just hooked away by Bancu. And it goes back into the Ukrainian half of the field. Here's Zinchenko, 70% possession for the Ukraine right now. Shaparenko. Stepanenko. Good ball down the right again to Konoply. Konoply, better ball in that time. And getting across there with a vital interception is Burka. Because that ball was whipped in by Konoply there. And Burka just got his leg to it. Vital interception. It's going to be the first corner of the game. And it's gone to Ukraine with 21 minutes gone. And the goalkeeper, Andrei Lunin, just organising... Florin Nitter just organising his defence here. And the corner is going to be taken by the number 15, which is Sigankov, and it's cleared away. And tried to be pushed back in there by Zinchenko. Dovbyk picks the ball up, he turns and he gets a shot away, but it is over the crossbar. And it's going to be a goal kick. And you can see there that just got underneath it there, did Dovbyk. Most of the pressure early on coming from the Ukraine. There's certainly been much of what we've seen so far. And they've been dispossessed again as Romania. And the ball is out wide to Zabani again, but this time it goes out of play, unfortunately for the Romanians. Nothing comes of that, but that was a pretty poor giveaway by Banku. And he's now going to go over and take the throw-in. As tomorrow we have Portugal versus Czechia on the commentary hub as well. Feel free to join in for that one. I will be behind the mic on that one. And also today is Austria versus France. Ross is behind the mic on that as Dovbyk just tries to find some room there. But he only manages to find a Romanian player. And it was Andrei Burka that just got on the end of that. And it was headed out of play by Shaparenko. It's going to be a throw-in for Ukraine, level with their own penalty area. It's just down the right-hand side from their perspective. Thrown long there and picked up well there by Marin. Marin drops it back there to Dragusin. Dragusin plays the ball away there, and here's Banku. It's now down the left-hand side, cutting into the middle. And again there now, it's Man. Man gets the cross in, and it's plucked out the air by Andrei Lunin as Romania just looking to get the cross in there. That was actually Ratu. That took a deflection off Zinchenko and fell nicely for Andrei Lunin. Fortunate for the Ukrainians there. As they have the ball now with Matvienko. Matvienko gives the ball to Zabani. Not afraid to get their centre-backs and backline in the front position, as here goes Konoply, plays the ball in to the number 15, Sigankov, but cutting across well there with Burka, making the challenge for Romania, and it's going to be a corner for the Ukraine. Florin Nitter, the goalkeeper, yet really to be tested for all the possession that the Ukraine have had. Let's see if they can create something from this corner. As the Ukrainian fans behind that goal. The corner is going to be taken by Sigankov. Sigankov, oh, it's a poor corner, and it's just cleared away there by Marin. It's headed back towards the penalty area, but it's a poor header that time by Zabani, and it goes out of play for a throw-in midway inside the Romanian half of the field, down the left-hand side from Romania, from their perspective, and it's going to be taken by the number 11, Banku. Banku just holds the ball up. He throws it into the Ukrainian half of the field, and unable to keep the ball in play there is Dragas, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Ukraine. It's very scrappy stuff early on here in this game. Neither side really looking like they're going to break the other team down, despite all the possession that the Ukraine has had. Here is Shaparenko, and he's given the ball to he's given the ball there to Zabani. Zabani played forward now, and overlapping there is Sigankov down the right-hand side for the Ukraine. Sigankov, oh, that's a good challenge. Really good challenge there by the left back for the Ukraine, Banku. And here now is Zinchenko for the Ukraine, and it's Stepanenko. And here is Konopoli. Konopoli drops the ball back to Zabarnyi. Cross there now to Zinchenko. Zinchenko goes over the halfway line. He's looking for options left and right. He's found Stepanenko. Stepanenko down the right-hand side here to Sagankov again, being confronted by Banku. But the ball is over to the left-hand side that time from Shaparenko. And Mudryk is in the penalty area. Oh, that's some fine work defensively by the right back there, Ratu. And Ratu plays the ball long now, and he's looking for Man. Man is in possession of the ball, and he just gives the ball there, overlapping to Dragas. And now cutting inside for Romania. There's a chance on the break. The cross coming in that time from Man, but getting across and making the challenge was Matvienko. Dennis Mann there just getting across to try to get the cross in. But right there was Matvienko to make the challenge. And that was the first real breakout for the Romanians in this first half. 27 minutes gone. It's Romania 0, Ukraine 0. And the Allianz Arena full to capacity as Dennis Mann is going to take the first corner for Romania, right in front of those Romanian fans behind that goal. Very, very colourful. It's flicked on and finally cleared away by Stepanenko. But just for a moment there, the Ukrainians were just panicking a moment, and Stepanenko got his foot through it. It goes all the way through to Florian Nitter, and Nitter releases the ball there to Burka. It's with Ratu now, and Ratu goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And it's cleared downfield long there by Nitter, and the header won that time by Konopoli. And it's picked up there in the midfield by Stanku. Stanku drops the ball back into the centre of the midfield, and he finds Marin. And there is Stanku again. And here's Man. Cuts inside. Oh, that's almost a quick 1-2 there. Trying to win the ball back there is Ratu, but it's he gets another opportunity now down the right-hand side. Ratu swings a long cross in, but it's plucked out the air by Andrei Lunin. Comfortable in the end. Well, they were looking for Dragas in the middle, but it was just plucked out the air by Lunin. And now here's Zabarnyi for the Ukraine. Picked up by Sudakov. Sudakov going back towards his own goal. Gives it to Matvienko. Matvienko back to Lunin. Oh, it's a terrible clearance by Lunin. And here's Man. And it comes back to the edge of the area. Goal! It's the captain. And Romania, against a run of play, take a 1-goal lead. And it's Nikolai Stanku. A wonderful strike. A really fantastic effort by Stanku that gives Romania the 1-goal lead, despite all the possession that the Ukraine have had. Well, Romania come up with a worldly. And you have to say, that really is one of the best goals of the group stage so far. He just hit it first time, Stanku, and Andrei Lunin stood absolutely no chance. And it started really with the bad pass from the goalkeeper when he found Dennis Mann, and Dennis Mann just pulls it across to the edge of the area to Stanku, who just drills the ball in the top corner, the top right-hand goal corner of Andrei Lunin. There is no chance. If there was two goalkeepers there, it wouldn't have been kept out. What a strike, and Romania take a 1-goal lead. And, well, you have to look at Andrei Lunin for that one. Really was a goalkeeping error that gave the ball to Dennis Mann to begin with. Romania now have a 1-goal lead. And they celebrate. As the Ukraine now have really got to start putting chances together. They've had a lot of possession, but it's really been the final ball for the Ukraine. As Matvienko now has the ball. We've had half an hour gone here. It's Romania 1, Ukraine 0. Really against the run of play. as Romania win the ball back now. Goes back to the goalkeeper from Bancu to Florian Nitter, the goalkeeper. Nitter clears the ball out to Bancu. Bancu just brings it down well, trying to turn away from Sigankov. He drops the ball back and it's cleared long forward by Marius Marin and just kept in play there by Razvan Marin. But eventually the ball does go out of play and it looks like that came off Sigankov. So it looks like it's going to be a throw into the Romanian team. So it's just over the halfway line. I'd say about 6 yards into the Ukraine half down the left-hand side. And the throw-in is taken quickly that time by Brancu. And it's out of play again. And Stancu, what a strike. And it starts with that poor pass from the goalkeeper, went straight to Dennis Mann, then right back to Stancu. Oh my goodness me. If you haven't seen this goal yet and you want to watch the highlights later on, wherever you get your highlights from, that is really worth the investment in your time, because that really was, in my opinion, probably the goal of the group stage so far. Romania with holding on to the 1-goal lead right now. And we have about 13 minutes or so till the half-time break in Munich. And the throw-in is going to be taken by Branca. And he's just holding the ball up now. There seems to be some delay for some reason. Not sure exactly what the delay is for. But Bancu is going to take the throw-in. Bancu, midway inside the Ukrainian half of the field, throws it down there, and it's been able to find Coleman. Coleman goes down under pressure. And is it going to be a free kick or is it going to be another throw-in? It's going to be another throw-in. This time it's level with the Ukrainian penalty area, and Bancu is going to take it again. As we just take a look at this. Oh, it might actually be giving a free kick instead, actually, for the foul on Dragus. Indeed it is. And we have, standing over this, Dennis Mann and Stancu, the goal scorer, on 29 minutes. The referee, Glenn Nyberg, just looking to organise things, our referee from Sweden. Both the assistants are also from Sweden, the VAR team mostly from the Netherlands. It's swung in there and the heads go up, but it's turned away there really well by Dovbyk, who just got a header on that, and it's going to be a corner to Romania, as Romania now have started to turn the screws in this game, and Stancu is going to go over to take it. We're just waiting for a ball. The Romanian fans are not returning the ball. Looks like it's gone into the crowd behind that goal, so we're going to need another ball. They usually have them there on standby. I'm not sure what this delay needs to be for. It went into the crowd, and the Romanian fans would not give the ball back. Stancu just having a conversation there with Dennis Mann. Maybe they're perhaps going to try a short one. Well, our referee there just having a discussion with Alexander Zinchenko as the corner is short to Dennis Mann. He swings it in, but it's a really poor corner. And now the Ukraine can break away, and it's the number 14 there, Sudakov, but he's dispossessed. And that's played forward now by Bancu, but Bancu plays it off Stepanenko, and all of a sudden the Romanians just trying to break forward here. Here's Bancu again, and it's swung across by Stancu, the goal scorer. Over to Dennis Mann on the right-hand side. Dennis Mann cutting inside again, looking for options. So that's a nice through ball there, looking for Dragus, but reading that well was Matvienko, and he clears the ball downfield and goes all the way through to Andrei Lunin. To Florin Nitter in the Romanian goal. And it's a cross over to Burka. Burka just plays the ball long. There's nobody in there on that left-hand side for the Romanians. It just goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. It's 1-0 still as we tick towards the last few minutes of this first half. And I want to thank you for joining us here on the Commentary Hub. Let us know where you're listening from. If you're listening from work, I hope this is helping you get through your day nice and quickly. Here is Mudryk. Mudryk gets a cross in and a good header behind. That's a fine piece of defending that time by the centre-back there, Dragusin, as Mudryk just beat Ratu for pace, and getting down there with the header was Dragusin, just turning that ball behind, and it's going to be a Ukraine corner. Dragusin just trying to organise the defence, keep them nice and calm. They have this 1-goal lead. The corner is taken short by Tsigankov. Back to Sudakov, who gives it back to Tsigankov. Tsigankov, corner of the penalty area, right-hand side. It's swung in towards the back post. Mudryk there with a shot right across the penalty area. Oh, it strikes the Ukrainians' captain, Stepanenko, and it breaks loose very kindly now for Denis Mann. Denis Mann just drops the ball here to Ratu. Ratu storming forward down the right-hand side now for Romania. Ratu trying to get to the byline and get the cross in. It's at the corner of the penalty area. Right-hand side. Played into the penalty area. They're looking for Marin, but it was a poor ball in the end and goes behind for a goal kick. But as we just look at this one again by Mudryk. Oh, Stepanenko wasn't expecting that. Just flung across at pace. The Chelsea winger, as possession now has changed to 53% possession in the last 15 minutes for Romania. And now here's Tsigankov going down the right for the Ukraine, but that is another fine challenge by Banku. And cleared forward and chasing this one now is Coman. Coman just ends up giving the ball, losing out there that time to Kanopoli, and it goes back to the goalkeeper. It's played forward long, and here's Dovbyk. Dovbyk pulled up alongside here to Tsigankov. Tsigankov tries to get a shot, and here is Mudryk for the Ukraine. And the Romanians working so well to break that up. That was given away back. That was broken up by Burka, and now Ratu is breaking away on the other side for Romania, down the right-hand side. He's given the ball to Mann, corner of the penalty area, right-hand side. Mann with the shot, and oh, that wasn't a million miles away. That was so close. Denis Mann cut inside, and it was just the wrong side of the post. And Lunin was left there, and it looks like it took a deflection as well. Look at how close that was. It took a deflection of Stepanenko, and that just went the wrong side of the post. The goalkeeper wasn't getting anywhere near that if that was on target. And it's going to be another corner down the left-hand side for Romania, as this game has turned on its head in this first half. And it's going to be taken by Stoicu, or Stanku, I should rather say. Forgive me if I get these names wrong. I'm trying. They are very difficult to pronounce. Stanku just swinging the cross in under the... Oh, it almost goes in by Stanku from the corner. Andrei Lunin was flapping at it. It might have hit the crossbar. It goes over to Denis Mann on the right-hand side. Denis Mann is just trying to just get inside Alexander Zinchenko, but Zinchenko wins that back, and then Zinchenko is dispossessed. And it breaks loose again, this time to Marin. As we look again at this corner, it was swung in, and the goalkeeper just... Oh, yes, it did hit the crossbar. He was flapping at that, was Lunin. That one nearly went in. And, wow, that was very, very close for the Ukraine. Direct from the corner from Nikolai Stanku. Incredible. Stepanenko plays the ball over on the far side. And it's picked up by Zinchenko. Zinchenko holds the ball up. Played across there now to Shaparenko. Shaparenko down the right-hand side to Kanopoli. Kanopoli in an advanced position. Gives it to Tsigankov. Tsigankov just holds the ball back to Shaparenko. Tsigankov gives the ball to Stepanenko. In an advanced position now is Matvienko. Zinchenko over to Mudryk. And back to Zinchenko again. Zinchenko just drops the ball back there to Matvienko. And it's now with Shaparenko. They're about 30 yards out here, the Ukraine. Tsigankov just gives the ball to Kanopoli. Kanopoli just tries to set off Tsigankov again, but Kanopoli's ball had a little bit too much on it, and it just goes behind for a goal kick as that move breaks down, as so many have for the Ukraine. It really has been the final ball that has let them down. As we look again at that goal by by Stanku rather, what a strike! It's one of that is without a doubt for me the goal of the group stage so far. As the Romanian fans definitely the happier of the two right now. Cleared downfield by Florin Nita. Won back by the Ukraine, and it's Shaparenko. Just drops the ball to Matvienko, who goes all the way back to Andrei Lunin, and the ball is cleared out by Lunin, and just given away that time. It's a sloppy play from Banku, and here's the ball is played through to Modric, but getting across well and making that challenge for Romania there is Burka, and he gets right across the pacey Chelsea winger. Just gets in there now. Just wonder if he gets the final touch on there, or whether Dovbyk actually got the final touch. We're going to see. It looks like it may have been Dovbyk, but we'll see. Dovbyk just moving away now, so it does look like it's a goal kick. It's going to be taken by Florian Nita. Nita just clears the ball downfield, right-footed. Headed on up in the air that time by Banku. And there's a Romanian player down. And the referee has called a stoppage to play due to the head injury. Just not quite sure who it is that's down there right now. It's just off my pictures. He's receiving some treatment there. That actually looks like Marius Marin, I have to say. Yes, it is Marin. It's a clash of heads, and Marin appears to have come off the worst. That looked very, very painful. As the other player involved in that clash was Taras Stepanenko, the Ukrainian captain. So Stepanenko also being made to be checked just for concussion purposes. Really can't take any chances these days, as the referees want to ensure the player's safety. As we take another look at those Romanian fans decked out in yellow, they have brought a lot from Romania, and they seem to be enjoying themselves a great deal right now. As the Ukraine, not quite so much, but there's lots of time still to go in this game, and there's only a goal separating the two teams. As Marius Marin looking to get back on the field. He'll be off yes, he's allowed on now. As Matvienko plays the ball over to Zinchenko down the left-hand side. Zinchenko to Stepanenko, the other person involved in that collision. Zinchenko all the way back there now to Zabarnyi. Ilya Zabarnyi for the Ukraine, back to Matvienko. Matvienko across to Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko just looking to find a way through here. He gives the ball to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi just drops the ball there to Sigankov, but it's won back by Romania. And it's won back by Florian Koeman, who sends the ball back to his goalkeeper, but it looks like there might have been a challenge there. And it's a free kick, actually, for a foul on Stanku. As the Mexican wave going round the ground, and certainly amongst the Romanian supporters at the moment, I would say, I would argue at the moment that usually the Mexican wave is usually showing through a little bit of a lack of interest in the game. It's not been the best game, it has to be said. Breaking forward for Romania now is Banku down the left, but he's been dispossessed, and it's a foul. It's going to be a free kick for the foul by Stanku. We only have 2 minutes of injury time. I'm quite surprised at that. 2 minutes of injury time. I thought there might be a little longer than that, but Romania have the ball inside their own half, and it's now with Burka. Burka just gives the ball to Banku. Banku tries to play the ball forward, looking for Koeman, but that's a good interception. by Zabarnyi. And it's Sudakov now trying to play in Modric, but again, as it has been for the Ukraine in much of this first half, it's a very poor ball, and it just goes through to Florian Nitter as Romania can easily break down this attack. It's just been, for all the possession that they've had, the Ukraine, the final ball just hasn't been there in this first half, and they've found it very, very difficult. And of course, they have been punished by that goal by Nikolai Stanku. As the ball is now picked up by Ratu. Ratu drops the ball back there to Banku. Not to Banku, rather, to Burka. And Burka back to Dragusin. Back to Burka, and now it's Banku. Just flicked on now. And picking up the ball there is the number 17, Koman. Koman tries to find Marin in the midfield, but it's been broken up by the Ukraine. Stepanenko nipping in there and winning the ball. And it's dropped back by the number 2 for the Ukraine, Kupalai. And the ball is played long now, looking for Sudakov, but unable to bring that down, Sudakov. And it goes through to Florian Nitu. And the Romanians look like they are going to hold on to this lead going into half-time. We have played the 2 minutes of stoppage time. There may be a little bit more added on as that ball goes out of play. No, in fact, there is a half-time whistle blown by our referee, Glenn Nyberg. And at half-time, it's Romania 1, Ukraine 0. The goal on 29 minutes, a wonder strike by Nikolai Stanku as Romania celebrate the lead at half-time. Very slender lead. The Ukraine, if they want to get back into this, will really need to start connecting their passes a lot better in the second half. But it's half-time here at the Allianz Arena. It's Romania 1, the Ukraine 0. Back to you, Ross.
Thank you very much there, Paul. James, we're back with Paul for the second half coverage of the game between Romania and Ukraine. Very, very shortly to guide you through the second half coverage of what has been a very, very good first half game. Chances for Romania, even one which hit the crossbar from the corner from the captain, Stanku, but he wasn't able to be the goalkeeper on that occasion. However, Romania holding firm with Ukraine yet to have a shot on target. So far, 4 attempts, 1 off target, 3 block shots, none on target in that first half. 2 for Romania on target so far. Right, let me tell you all about all the other games that took place so far in Euro 2024, and I can tell you the results so far, starting off with Friday evening, which saw Germany beat Scotland by 5-1. Hungary 1, Switzerland 3, Spain 3, Croatia 0, Italy 2, Albania 1. Those were on Saturday. Then yesterday was Poland 1, Netherlands 2, Slovenia 1, Denmark 1, and Serbia 0, England 1. And then so far in the game, as you can see on the screen, Romania 0, Ukraine 1 is the other scoreline. There is some other matches taking place today in the Women's International Friendly. This evening at 6 p.m, Mexico under-17s take on Colombia under-17s. Right, we just heard me mention there about England winning by 1-0 yesterday against Serbia. Well, why don't I get you how that goal sounded here on the commentary hub with our very own Nicholas Jones to be the man to guide us through that and tell us how that goal happened for England against Serbia on Sunday evening.
Bingham quickly up the wing to Kyle Walker. Walker passes to Bukayo Saka. And Saka fouls on the 18-yard but it doesn't matter. England have taken the lead. Wonderful header Fantastic! Fantastic! And that is England straight off the mark. That is exactly what they wanted. Bellingham just came out of nowhere. It was the cross by Saka, and Bellingham just powered it, and Bellingham just ran himself in, and his header was well timed to perfection. Absolutely fantastic, world class even, and Gareth Southgate is very pleased with that.
Brilliant commentary there from Nicholas Jones on England's only goal of the game against Serbia last night in the 1-0 win for the Three Lions, which saw England get off the mark in their group game encounter yesterday, and it'll be interesting to see if they got through, if they can get through the group stages. All they need to do now is just win on Thursday in their game against Denmark, and England will be through to the knockout stages of Euro 2024. And speaking of reaction, you just heard the goal there from Nicholas Jones. Well, why don't we now hear the thoughts of last night's match winner, Jude Bellingham, as he spoke to the BBC last night after the game. And this is what Jude Bellingham had to say regarding England's 1-0 victory over Serbia last night.
For the fastest way to follow UEFA Euro 2024, download the BBC Sport app.
Well, Jude, congratulations, Jude Bellingham. Well, Jude, congratulations, Jude Bellingham mania continues. Your goal means England are off to a winning start. How did you see it out there?
Yeah, good game. I thought, they're a very tough side, very robust, strong, a big group of lads, and yeah, it was important that we prepared well for this game, and we did. The staff got it right. We prepared all week very well, and when it came to the game, we knew kind of the roles we had to do. We knew it was going to be a tight game. I know there's been a lot of goals in the other game, but I think we try and keep to our own standards and try and play the opposition that's in front of us and not kind of the theme of the tournament, if you like. So important that we got off to a start. So positive inside the camp, but on to the next one.
Let's discuss the goal, because the manager said he wanted you to arrive in the box tonight and have an impact like that, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, I've got used to kind of getting in the box, playing wide, or taking people on through the middle, getting the ball wide and making it into the box. I've got into the habit at Madrid, and I wanted to carry my form into the Euros as well. And yeah, it's a great start for me personally to get me confidence up, and to help us win the game is the most important thing.
What's the celebration with Trent Alexander-Arnold about?
Just when we play Wolf, one of the staff loves that face when he doesn't have a clue what's going on. So that was kind of a little group celebration for the Wolf crew.
It also looked like you took some pretty heavy challenges out there. Is that something you're having to get used to?
Yeah. I think since I probably started playing at Birmingham, it's something that I've had to get used to. Before, I probably not handled it the best in terms of letting myself get involved in a fight. But I think this time and today, I felt really calm. I felt relaxed. I know my teammates have my back. So, yeah, I think I've got to be ready for everything over the next 7 or 6 games now. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to put my body through whatever to try and help the country win the tournament.
Last time we saw you on a football pitch, you won the Champions League, your player of the match tonight. Every single time you touch the ball tonight, you got a cheer. What's it like being Jude Bellingham right now?
It's all right, yeah, it's all right. Could be worse, but no. Jude Bellingham is made up of amazing people, really. It's not just me who turns up and I'm able to play football and just enjoy it like I do. It's because I have such a great support network, my family, my friends, my teammates, here and in Madrid. So I'm just so fortunate, and the football's the easiest part.
Well done tonight. Let's hope that's not the only trophy you're getting your hands on.
Yeah, hopefully.
England's match winner Jude Bellingham there speaking to the BBC after last night's 1-0 victory over Serbia last night. This is how Harry Kane now saw the action and gave his thoughts to the game after last night's 1-0 win over Serbia.
Harry, congratulations. Sweet Caroline is booming around this stadium. Off to a winning start. Was that all tonight was about?
Yeah, 100%. We knew it was going to be a tough game. Serbia posed some good threats. Very physical with the long balls, relying on second balls, and I thought we dealt with it overall really well. There was a spell in the first half where we got camped in our box a little bit and we found it difficult to get out, but overall I think we deserved the win, and it's in the group, like I touched on before, it's just about getting through, so it's an important win tonight.
You were so dominant in that first half. What do you feel changed in the second?
Yeah, I think they changed their pressure a little bit. They went almost man for man, and we couldn't quite keep the ball well enough, but it's a tough game. They're a good team. They have some really good players. They have a good structure, physical, they make it a battle. But we stood up to it well. A clean sheet in any game is important, and it's good that we got one today.
Jude Bellingham will get the headlines once again. What a performance and a goal from him. What's it like playing with him at the moment?
Yeah, unbelievable player. He deserves all the praise he's getting at the moment. Just the way he plays, the confidence he plays with, and also the way he affects games. It's important for people who play in his position to get goals and assists, and that's what he does. It's a great run into the box, and he finished it off nicely.
Nearly got that goal in the second half. There's been so much talk about England's new look attack and who's going to play around you. How does it affect you, how the attack plays around you now?
Yeah, I think each game will be different. Today I probably stayed a little bit higher. I allowed, because they like to defend man for man, I wanted to keep them deep so Jude and Phil could play in the pockets, Trent as well on the right side. So I think each game will be different. Sometimes you'll see me drop in, sometimes playing higher up. But I think today for me it was more about, holding the ball up, especially in that second half, winning fouls, and trying to see the game out like we did.
That was the thoughts there of England captain Harry Kane after the 1-0 victory over Serbia last night, as well as the thoughts just before that from Jude Bellingham, who scored the only goal of the game, and we heard the goal being described to us by our very own Nicholas Jones, as well as we'll keep you up to date with England's progress in the tournament, with Nicholas being the man to guide you through England matches, as he is our England correspondent and commentator for the Three Lions this tournament. So there's the thoughts of those of the match winner and also the captain of England as well. Just before we finish the programme this afternoon, we will get the thoughts of Gareth Southgate. That will come at full time as we get ready to go back over to the second half for the game between Romania and Ukraine. As you can see, it is 1-0 to Romania. Stanku on 29 minutes, the goal scorer for the game, the only goal of the game so far as well. So we've got more live coverage coming up later today in the Euro 2024, and the next live offering that we have got for you is this evening, as we bring you the second game in Group D between Austria and France, with myself, Russell, on commentary from 7:50 tonight. Kick-off is 8 o'clock here in the UK. We'll guide you through that game for the start of Group D for both Austria and France. Belgium versus Slovakia is at 5 o'clock UK time, and we'll play that how that result went later during the pro coverage of Austria against France, with the teams getting ready to emerge from the tunnel for the start of this second half it's time for me to hand you back over to match commentator Paul James.
Thank you, Ross. Just still waiting for the teams to come out for the second half. So from England's win yesterday, honestly, I watched the game yesterday, as well as had a little listen to Nick's commentary. But while we're waiting for the teams to come out, Ross, what was your thoughts on that performance by England in the particularly in the second half? They seem to have received a lot of criticism for that in the second half.
Yes, and for me, Paul, I can understand why we didn't. Second half, we seemed to sit back, and I'm not sure whether that's what was a tactical point of view or whether that's just what the players decided to do. Obviously, I know some people say it's a tactical view of Gareth Southgate to do after England go 1-0 up. But I think we're controlling for the 35 minutes or so. We didn't really get much joy out of Phil Foden in the second half or in the game at all, really, to be totally honest with you, Paul. And fantastic goal from Jude Bellingham, as you heard Nicholas describe there during the half-time break, and great commentary, as always, from Nicholas Jones. Hopefully, he enjoyed listening back to his commentary. Actually, I was listening to this coverage this afternoon, but great coverage again from our very own Nicholas yesterday. He's going to be the voice of England. But going back to the question, I think one player who disappointed me yesterday, specifically in the second half, was Trent Alexander-Arnold. He didn't really perform well, and I'd probably drop him for Gallagher or Manu in the second game against Denmark on Thursday, Paul.
All right, thank you very much, Ross. The players are out now in the second half, and Romania are about to get us back underway here. No changes from either side that I can see, and the game is back underway. It is now in the air, and just one back there that time by the Ukrainian Shaparenko, and the ball is now played forward, and it's won back by Romania. And here's Dragas. He just knocks the ball out to the left-hand side. It's cut inside. There's a shot, and it's not a million miles away. As the shot coming in that time from Florian Koeman. And once again, Romanians looking very dangerous coming forward. That one just curls away from the goal. I mean, Andre Noonan, I think, kind of knew where that was going, but it was still, nevertheless, not too far away, as Ukraine now have the ball from the goal kick. And it's played forward by Zabarnyi. And back to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi just under pressure here from Coleman. He goes all the way back there to Lunin. And it's picked up by Stepanenko. Stepanenko drops it back to Matvienko. Matvienko back to Stepanenko. And across to Zabarnyi. As the Ukraine now, let's see if they're going to adopt anything different in this second half. The ball is out wide there, and it's swung into the middle, looking for Dovbyk. Out on the right there was Sigankov, but the ball was away from Dovbyk. But Ukraine have won the ball back. But nipping in there with a fine challenge was Zinchenko. And Zinchenko just knocks the ball back here, and it's picked up on this side by Matvienko. Matvienko, he tried to set the number 14 off there, Sudakov, but the ball goes out of play. And it is still 0-0 here. Still 1-0 here to the Ukraine, to Romania. And it's a throw-in now to the Romanians, but it's won back by Stepanenko. Stepanenko just plays the ball across to the number 19 there, Shaparenko. Now with Zinchenko. Drop back to Stepanenko. Zinchenko, just over the halfway line. And it's dropped down this near side there to Shaparenko. And now Mudryk. Mudryk, getting to the byline. Can he get the cross in, Mudryk? And it's just headed away that time by Burka, but only as far as Zinchenko. Zinchenko finds Stepanenko. Then picked up by Stanku. Not by Stanku, rather, by Sudakov. And the ball is long down this near side. And it's crossed in and looking for Dovbyk. It's cleared away. And picked up here by Zabarnyi. The ball is dropped back that time. And just over the halfway line now is Matvienko. Matvienko gives the ball to Sudakov. Back there to Zinchenko. Zinchenko to Shaparenko. And the ball is there by Stepanenko. Plays it long down to the left-hand side. And back to Sudakov. Sudakov just strikes a shot, but it's way over the crossbar. And it is a goal kick. And you see here, just Dragus just trying to get him. Dragus has gone down injured. Not sure exactly what for. There was some contact with the arm by Stepanenko, but there really wasn't, not much, not enough to knock a big man down like Dragus. Anyway, it's a goal kick, which is going to be taken by Florin Nitter. As he kicks the ball downfield, right-footed. Header won there by Stepanenko. And it's now down the right-hand side by Dennis Mann. Does a quick 1-2 there with Razvan Marin, but the ball goes out of play for a throw-in to the Ukraine. And it's going to be taken by Alexander Zinchenko. Just nipping in well with a good challenge there was Dennis Mann, and now the Romania again now with Dennis Mann with the cross, and it's just hooked into the air away by Matvienko, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to the Romanians, and it's Ratu who is going to take it. He just throws it down there for Mann. Mann taking it towards the corner flag. Oh, he just gets the better there with Zinchenko. Gets a cross in, does Dennis Mann. It's a good one. Comes right to the edge of the box. And here's Stanku again. He may try his luck again. Stanku just plays the ball across that time. And looking for that ball was Koeman. But now Ukraine are on the break. And here is it's Sudakov. Sudakov's inspired run by Sudakov finds Modric to Sigankov, and that is a good challenge that time by Radu, and it's going to be a corner to the Ukraine. Just going across to take the corner. Just going to go and see who this is. Radu is in there anyway, just marking up. It's taken by Modric, and he takes it short, but he gets the ball back off Matvienko. Modric gets into the penalty area. Oh, beats one, beats two, gets a shot away there. But that is actually, in the end, a really good block by Razvan Marin. And Modric, it's the first time he's really run at the defence in this game. Going to be a throw into the Ukraine on the right-hand side now, though. And it's about 6 yards from the corner flag. And it's going to be taken by Andrei Ratu. He decides to go short to Sigankov. And he's looking there for Shaparenko. And now Romania just trying to break away. It's a good ball there to Ratu. Ratu has got Mann over on the right-hand side. Here's Mann, cuts inside. Oh, he almost loses it. And the ball comes right back, and it's 2-0. And it's struck in there. And it's Razvan Marin. And Romania take a 2-goal lead. Well, what a strike. And once again, it's a goal of the highest quality. That is really a wonderful strike. It just broke loose to Razvan Marin, who struck the shot into the bottom right-hand corner. And the Ukrainian fans can't believe it, because once again, at the start of the second half, the Ukrainians have looked more likely and more threatening. But once again, Romania has come up with a sucker punch, and look at this shot here. It really is another goal of the highest quality. With Dennis Mann overlapping, Dennis Mann once again involved. He just manages to keep possession of the ball, and again it was a first-time shot as the ball broke loose to Razvan Marin, going at 100 kilometers an hour. That shot, there was no way the goalkeeper was saving that one. Although I have to say, when I look at it, there was a lot of power behind that shot. The goalkeeper, well, he got there, didn't he? You might be a little disappointed with that, actually. Yes, if you look at it from behind the goal, you've got to say that perhaps the goalkeeper should have done a little better, because from first looking at that, it looked like it was a really powerful shot that just beat the goalkeeper for pace. But the goalkeeper got there, and he'll be disappointed with that. And already at fault, really, for the first goal. The second goal, he might be questioning himself on as well. As Ukraine now coming forward after the kickoff, and it's Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko drops the ball to Stepanenko. And the ball is back in the midfield to Zabarny. Zabarny gives the ball to Konopolai. And here's Stepanenko again for the Ukraine. Stepanenko just plays the ball down this left-hand side here to Alexander Zinchenko. Really getting into an advanced position. Gets the cross in by Matvienko, but Florian Nitu just gets across there and plucks that ball out of the air. So Razvan Marin is the second goal scorer in this game, and it's Romania 2, Ukraine 0, and headed on by Dennis Mann. Stepanenko wins the ball in the air as that is flicked on this time from Konopolai. But the ball is played forward, and just nipping in there is Zabarny just to get the ball, win the ball back there, and it's Zinchenko. And the ball is given away by Stepanenko to Ratu, and Romania now hold possession of the ball. And here's Stoicu, scored the first goal. Ratu across there to Florian Koeman. Koeman holds the ball up. Oh, that's a nice little run there. Beats two players. Not able to play through. And it comes back here to the edge of the area. And that takes a deflection and out to Mann. And Mann cuts inside. Pulled back to Ratu. Ratu with a shot and a super save this time by Andrei Lunin. And, well, that was very nearly 3-0. And it started with Stanku with the shot, and it was really blocked really well by Matvienko, but then it broke loose to Ratu, and his shot was sneaking in at the goalkeeper's front post. Here from the corner, here's Mann with a chance, and it is 3-0. And it's Dennis Mann with the goal, I think. We'll just see if he got the final touch, or whether this may be an own goal. We'll take a look, but it's 3-0, and Romania are running away with this one. The corner was taken very quickly, and Romania had fallen. The Ukraine had fallen asleep defensively, and we will just take a look at this one more time. But Romania looking very, very good when they come forward, and I'm just wondering whether it was Dragas that got the final touch. The corner was taken quickly. All of a sudden, Mann came in with nobody. He beats one, he beats two. It's pulled across, and it is turned in by Dragas. Now, they may review this for offside. Let's just take a look. Well, it could be the number 11 for the Ukraine. Dovbyk played him onside. But it is Dragas with the goal. But I just wonder whether he's been played onside by the number 11, Dovbyk. But it's 3-0. We've not seen what VAR are doing yet. I've not heard anything that there is a VAR call on this. At the moment, they're just replaying the goal and showing the jubilant Romanian fans. But it looked to me like Dovbyk might have been playing him onside. As this is a very, very... And yes, the game has restarted, so it is 3-0. And you have to say, it's looking very, very one-sided, even though the Ukraine have definitely looked the more threatening side in this game. The ball is played now down the left-hand side. Down the right-hand side there, looking for Sigankov, but it's knocked out of play by Burka. Sergei Reborov looking very, very nervous and upset at this point as well. There isn't much more that you can say, to be honest. It's they've had a lot of the ball of the Ukraine. They haven't really done much with it. Here's Zinchenko. Plays it across to Sigankov over on the right-hand side, but it goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Romania as they celebrate the third goal. As Ross just informed me, there was no VAR intervention. So it was given, although the Ukrainians were appealing. I do believe Dovbyk was playing him onside. So we have a Ukrainian player down right. We have a Romanian player down right now, and it's Andrei Burka over on the far side. Is it Burka? Actually, no. I'm sorry, I read that number wrong. It's Denis Dragas that is down right now, the third goal scorer. Let's just take a look at what went on. It looked like Konopoli. Oh yes, it looks like that's a pull. Oh, that's very unfortunate for Denis Dragas. It looks like it was a muscle pull as he slipped. And the Romania are now looking at making some substitutions, including bringing on Ianis Hagi. It's looking like he is going to be coming on shortly. As the ball goes out of play again. And it's going to be a throw-in to the Ukraine, as they are going to take the throw-in quickly before any substitution can be made. As here's Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko gives the ball to Stepanenko inside the centre circle. To Zinchenko. There's another player looking like he's coming on there as well. It looks like it might be the number 13, Mihaila. As that is won back by Banku, who clears the ball downfield, and he is looking for Dragas, but Dragas can barely move at the moment. You can see he's definitely looking very uncomfortable at this time, and it looks like he's going to shortly be replaced as the Ukraine also looking at making a couple of substitutions. Andrei Yarmolenko and Roman Yaremchuk looks like they are coming on for the Ukraine. It's a ball long looking for Zabarny, goes out of play. Looks like we're going to see those substitutions now. So coming off is Mudryk, which I am surprised at. And Dennis Mann also coming off, which I'm really surprised at, because I think he's done really, really well today. Coman. Okay, so Coman and Mann are coming off for the Ukraine. Coming on is... for Romania. Coming on is... Oh, yes. Coming on is Mihailo. So, also coming on is the number 18. So it looks like it's going to be 3 substitutions for the Ukraine. We're going to have to take a look at this. So coming off is Stepanenko, Shaparenko, and Siganov. Shaparenko and Siganov. Okay, so and coming on for the Ukraine is Bradko, Yaremchuk, and Yarmolenko. For Romania, it's Denis Mann and Coman off, and Valentin Mihaila and Alexandru Picaldo. Valentin Mihaila and Ianis Hagi are coming on for the Romanians as 5 substitutions to mess my head up. The ball is long over on the far side and picked up a first touch for the substitute, Yarmolenko. He plays the ball forward. Good interception that time. And here is Matvienko to Zinchenko. Zinchenko drops it back to Matvienko. And that is picked up there by Sudakov. And Sudakov goes down under the challenge from Stanku. But I don't think is it going to be a free kick on this? Let's take a look. Well, I think Stanku tried to avoid it, but it is been given a free kick. And it's midway inside the Romanian half of the field. And just standing over this one for the Ukrainians is Zinchenko and Modric. And it looks like Zinchenko's stepping away, and it's going to be Modric. Modric is just going to lift the ball in. And it's long towards the back post, so it's headed out there, but it comes back to the edge of the area to Yarmolenko, who had a shot, but it's well over the crossbar. The header was won there, I think, by Ratu, I think, and it was struck over the crossbar by Yarmolenko. And that was a chance for the Ukraine, and probably the best chance they've had in the whole game, because they really, despite all the possession, haven't really created a great deal. Florin Nitu now with the goal kick. We've had 65 minutes gone, and it's Romania 3, Ukraine 0. And it's won back there that time by Brazko. And the cross comes in towards the back post here. And that was swung in. It was a really good effort swinging that ball in by Haji. But it goes out onto the far side as the Romanian fans celebrating. And here is Sudakov. Sudakov across there to Konopoli, and it's long, and it goes all the way through to Florian Nitu in the Romanian goal. It's still 3-0 as this game looking very much done and dusted at this point. I don't really see much of a way back for the Ukraine at the moment. They have won a free kick here, though, for the foul by Stanku. And it's going to be taken quickly, and it's out to Modric, who's got Ratu in front of him. Modric switches the ball to the left-hand side there. And it's down with Yaramchuk. The ball is with Brazko out on the far side here to down on the far side there to Sabani. But the Romanians intercept there now, and it's won back by Banku. But it's going to be a free kick for the foul on Marin, the scorer of the second goal, Razvan Marin. Dragas is also down again. I'm surprised they didn't substitute him off in the last run. But as we look again at the goal, you can see he is onside, being played on, as I initially suspected, by Dovbik. And it was tapped into the empty net. And Romania leading by 3-0. This game now, it's a very good start for Romania. What's that one? There's a foul here, and a yellow card has been issued to Konopoli. It's the first yellow card of the game. 67 minutes. Let's just take a look at this. For the foul on Mihaila. So Konopoli goes into the referee's notebook. And it's a free kick, about almost level with a 6-yard box down the Romanian left-hand side, and you've got the big man in the box there, Dragusin, and it's just going to be swung in by Marin. It's swung in. Oh, that got it? No, it just went wide. Oh, I thought that had sneaked in. It went into the side netting. as Andre Lunin will be having nightmares about this game for a good number of weeks. He was almost beaten in his near post there again. And now they can come away with the ball now, can the Ukraine? It's with the number 18 for the Ukraine, Bradko. It's played forward down the right-hand side and just going down there looking for Yarmolenko. Was the Yarmolenko rather, was Bradko. But Romania win the ball back. And here's Ratu. It's just trying to turn away there. Here's the number 13, Mihaila. And it's won back here by the number 13 for Romania. For the Ukraine, Zabarny. Comes out to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko again. Studakov. Studakov wins the ball in and it's headed out by Ratu, but only as far as Zinchenko. Zinchenko. And it's picked up. Oh, that's a foul, surely. That's going to be a free kick and in a dangerous position for the foul on Modric. And he's only about 23 yards out, I would say. And it was a silly challenge. Silly challenge there by Haji. And Yanis Haji has just given the ball away. And the challenge from behind has now resulted in a free kick in a very dangerous position. And Sudakov is over it, and so is Modric, as Romania getting their wall back. Nitter just trying to organise his wall. We have 20 minutes to go here. Sudakov is standing over it. Looks like he may take this one. Also over it is Modric. As the Romanian wall just it's actually Zinchenko rather is over it along with Sudakov. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be Sudakov and it goes off the wall and behind for a corner. Looks like it came off Dragusin. And going over to take the corner there is Mikhailo Modric. He's going to swing this one in. It's a short may go for a short one here, Modric, but we'll see. Right in front of those Romanian fans. It's swung in and it just goes over everybody's head. And out on the far side now to Mihaila. Mihaila for Romania. Played forward now to Dragusin. Dragusin cuts inside. He's fouled now, surely. It's going to be a free kick to Romania. Fouled by the number 22 there. Which is Matvienko. Dragusin down there. You see the challenge was late. There wasn't anywhere near the ball. No card shown on this occasion, however, as Ukraine looking to make their fourth substitution. And it is the number 24, Timchik, who is coming on for Konopoli. So Timchik on for Konopoli, just as this free kick is about to be taken. And it's swung in there towards the back post, but out to meet it there is Andre Lunin. And with 18 minutes to go, Romania have the 3-goal lead. They obviously won't want to concede in this group stage setting. Goal difference is an issue. And here is Yarmolenko. Sudakov just beats 2 Romanian players, beats 3. That's a really good play out on the far side to Yarmolenko. And he crosses it in, but what a fine challenge by Dragusin to break down that attack. Brilliant defending by the Romanian number 3. Just gets across Dobic. And it is a wonderful interception. It's going to be a corner though to the Ukraine. Going to be taken by Yaramchuk. As there is a supporter on the pitch. Some idiot who's got on there. He's now being escorted off by the police. We're going to see 2 more substitutes for Romania. Number 9 and number 4. So that's Pushka and Ruff looking to come on for Romania are Adrian Ruch and Georgi Pushkas. As the corner comes in, it's a very poor one, and it's cleared away and hooked back into the box there by Sudakov. Picked up by Modric. Modric is about 30 yards out. Modric looking to get the shot away. He beats a couple of players there and plays the ball through. Just looking there for the number 11 Dovbyk, but you could see here the pass just had too much weight on it from Mikhail Modric, and it just goes straight through to the goalkeeper, Florin Nita. Dovbyk has been well marshalled there by Adrian Burka throughout this game, as the third and fourth substitute waiting to come on for Romania. And it's picked up here by Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi plays the ball forward, but nipping in very well is Ratu. Good play by him, and he just tries to play the ball out, but it just goes out to the far side. And it's picked up there by Timchik, the substitute. And it's played to the edge of the area here, looking for Modric. Modric swings across in, headed up into the air there by Dragusin, and it's just cleared away enough that it can be held up by Haji, but Haji looks like he's been roughed up a little bit, and finally the two substitutes will come up now, and it looks like Marius Marin is one of them. So Marius Marin goes off. And the other one is the number 19, Dragas, which we kind of expected anyway, given the fact that he seems to have pulled something. So Dragas and Marius Marin are off. And Adrian Rus and Georgi Pushkas are on. 15 minutes to go. The throw-in is taken by Ratu. Picked up here, good ball, lifted over the top there for Romania. They're coming forward now, and it is Haji. Ball out to Mihaila. Mihaila just cutting inside, and it's picked up there by Haji, and he's in knockdown position. It's going to be a free kick. 3-0 with 15 minutes to go. I'll have to name my player of the match in about 12 minutes' time. The ball is played long over on the far side for the Ukrainians, and it's picked up by Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko just trying to get away from Dragusin, and it's picked up here by Dovbyk. Back to Sudakov. Sudakov looking to get the shot away. Gets a shot away to Sudakov. And a fine save by Florian Nita. And that's really the first real serious save Nita has had to make in the entire game. He gets across. He wasn't able to keep a hold of it. A little bit too much heat on that. But he drops the ball and he's able to pick it up comfortably, as there is an offside there against the Romanian number 9, Pushkas, the substitute. Now the Ukraine can come forward. And it's picked up here by Sudakov again. Gives the ball to Modric now down the left-hand side, looking to get away from Ratu. Modric, he's got two players in front of him. He drops the ball to Zinchenko. Back across to Sudakov. Sudakov plays the ball through. It's shot and a turn there, really, by Yaremchuk, but it was blocked and cleared away. And up there, looking for the ball for the Romanians is Pushkas. And now it's picked up by Stanku. Stanku plays the ball forward, looking for Pushkas, who seems to be up front all on his own right now. Stanku is down. Looks like he's picked up a knock. As time is ticking down in this game. We look again at the goal. In this one again, I certainly think the more and more I look at that second goal, the more and more I think Lunin should have really got something on that and kept that out. But as it is, it's 3-0. And Modric just lifts the ball forward there. Look, and it's almost trying to pick that up with Yaramchuk. And Dovbyk goes down under the challenge. And he's just clutching his face, and a yellow card is going to be given. The referee helped up Marius, Razvan Marius, the goal scorer. And he goes into the referee's notebook as the second player to go into Mr. Glenn Nyberg's notebook in this game. And the free kick is going to be taken by Modric. It's about 45 yards out, midway inside the Romanian half of the field. Modric just looking for options available. Going to lift the ball in, I should think. He does. And that's a good challenge, a good header by Dragusin, and he almost turned it inside his own goal, though. He just gets up and wins that header, and I think it might have been going wide anyway, but Nitter was taking no chances. It might have even been sneaking. It actually came off the number 15 Burka last, and it might have just been sneaking in. Nitter certainly wasn't taking any chances, and the referee has called for offside, or the official over on the far side, offside against Dovbyk, as we have 10 minutes to go in this game. It's Romania 3, the Ukraine 0, as the Romanian fans celebrating. This is certainly a good start for them in somewhat of a difficult group. Is Group E. You can see that within that group also is Belgium within Group E, and Slovakia as well as the Ukraine. So it'd be a challenge for Romania, but this is a really good start. And here's Sudakov. Sudakov plays the ball long, and chasing this one down is Yarmolenko, but he's never going to make that, and it goes out of play for a throw-in. 3-0 to Romania. And you can see there the Ukrainian fans. Well, be a disappointing start for them, as the ball goes out of play, and it looks like it's come off Simchuk first, and it's going to be a throw-in to the Romanians. It's almost on the halfway line. And so you look at Sergei Reberov looking on, knowing now that he's really going to need to get at least a win over Slovakia and at least a point against Belgium. So this puts the Ukraine in a very, very difficult position, plus with the goal difference as well. And the Romanians, well, they've got Belgium next on Saturday, a game that you can actually listen to on the commentary hub. I'll be covering that game as the ball is played forward here, looking for the number 9 here, Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk just holds that ball up. And here that's won back by Romania. I know that's a good ball. It's held up, but Stoicu there, if he's fouled, surely he's fouled there. That has to be a free kick. The referee has awarded that free kick. And we have another substitution. Reading himself. It looks like it is the number 8, which is Malinovsky, Ruslan Malinovsky. And Sudakov is coming off for Ruslan Marinovsky as they complete the 5 substitutions that they have available, the Ukraine. And the last roll with a dice for Reberov. Haji just wins the ball there, but he gives it back. to the Ukraine, and it's won back by Malinovsky. The substitute gets his first touch of the ball as he just gets onto the field. As here's Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi plays the ball forward there, and it's Yarmolenko. Gives it back to Zabarnyi, but he's dispossessed Zabarnyi, and won back that time by Malinovsky. Working hard since he's come on, Malinovsky. And it's won back by the Romanians, and Malinovsky has dispossessed Burka there, and now the Ukraine are on their way, and here is Mudryk with a chance. Oh, he balloons it wide, and what an opportunity for Mudryk. He just blows it wide. It's a real opportunity. It was a tight angle, of course, but opportunities have come few and far between in this game thanks to the Romanian defending. And down on his haunches right now is the substitute for the Romanian, Malaya. Looks like he's just taken studs down the front of his shin. As they are looking at that now. I think I just need to give my player of the match to Roth, who I've decided. I'll just hand that over now while the play has stopped. I think we are, handed that over to my producer Ross as we go into the last 5 minutes of this game at the Allianz Arena in Munich, as the Romanian fans will be celebrating tonight, knowing that in their next game against Slovakia, if they can just get another win, they'll be through to the second round of the European Championships. As coming forward now is Marin. Marin is dispossessed that time by Zinchenko. And here's Zabarnyi. Back to Marinovsky. Over down this near side is Zabarnyi, and his ball is a poor one. Goes behind for a goal kick. And we're going to see a substitution here for Romania. Rakovitan is coming on. Rakovitan is coming on. And it's going to be the captain, Nikolai Stanku, scorer of that magnificent first goal, that is going to be coming off. And that is the substitutes for this game for both sides. And we'll name the player of the match here in about 2 minutes' time. Stanku now goes off, and Rakovitan, I should say, is coming on now for Romania. Rakovitan is on the field now, wearing number 24. And the ball is long, headed up in the air. And just winning this one is Zinchenko. He just lifts the ball up. Drop back in the midfield there to Malinovsky. The ball is played now down the left-hand side to Zinchenko. Zinchenko drops it back into the middle. And it's Malinovsky again. It's a long ball forward there, looking for Dovbyk. He was able to get his chest on it, but he wasn't able to bring it under control. And it rolls behind for a goal kick. As time ticking down now, and Romania can, at this point, more or less celebrate. It's all but done here. But just wait and see as this game ticks itself down. Slovakia next for the Romanians. They have been very impressive in this game, particularly defensively, really restricting the Ukraine to 1 or 2 shots on goal. And only 1 or 2 real chances. As here's Malinovsky for the Ukraine. Malinovsky. And it's played across there to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko. Marinovsky. Zinchenko. Zinchenko swings it in, and he'll just let that go, or at least he should have let it go. The number 13 there for Romania, which was Malena, just didn't get the shout from the goalkeeper, or didn't hear it, and he puts it behind for a corner, and Malinovsky now is going to take it. So we'll be giving you the player of the match very shortly here after this corner. It's Malinovsky. Corner down the right-hand side. Swung in, and the goalkeeper gets it. Oh, everybody misses it. And first of all, it was Pushkas that went for the header. Also, along with Ratu, Pushkas, it went above Push. Oh, yes, the header came off Pushkas, and the goalkeeper was beaten, and it just went wide. Romania lucky there. The corner taken again by Mudryk, but it's a poor one, and it's cleared away by Ratu and into the half of the Ukraine, and it's headed all the way back to the goalkeeper, Lunin. So let's name the player of the match. Today's player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services. I'm giving it to, just one moment. Here come the Ukraine. Down the right-hand side, and it's pushed, and it's Vanak just looking to, sorry, not Vanak. It was Timchik looking to get down the right-hand side, and in the end the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in. So the player of the match I'm giving to Romania's Denis Mann. His performance in the game has been absolutely outstanding. He was involved in both goals, and his performance down that right-hand side, I think, warrants player of the match. So today's player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Romania's number 20, Denis Mann. And now here come the Ukraine, and it's Yaremchuk. Go, great run by Yaremchuk. Takes it all the way to the right-hand side, to the corner of the penalty area. Drop back to drop back to the number 8 for Ukraine, Malinovsky, and we have 4 minutes stoppage time. And it's released by the goalkeeper to Ratu. So we've got 4 minutes left of this. And the ball is played over there by the number 18, Marin. But it's won back there by Dovbyk. That is a really good challenge that time by Burka. The throw-in is taken quickly, and the Ukraine just looking to get on with it now. As once again, the number 25, the number 24 there, Thimchuk, trying to get in, but the ball goes out of play. Looks like it came off Dovbyk as well, so it's going to be a throw-in to the Ukraine. No, in fact, I was surprised it came off Dovbyk, certainly by the looks of it. Malinovsky gives the ball there to the number 17, Zinchenko. Back to Malinovsky. And it's just lifted forward there again by Zinchenko. Oh, and here's a chance. Oh, and it lands on the top of the crossbar. Oh, what an opportunity for Yaremchuk. It was just lifted over by Malinovsky, and Yaremchuk just lifted it over Nitu, and it landed on the top of the crossbar. And, well, when it's not your day, it's not your day. The goalkeeper was beaten, and it just landed on the top of the crossbar. And the Ukraine, well, can put this to bed as being a bad day at the office today for sure. They're gonna finish on the losing end of this. The goal kick is taken quickly, but it's won back there by Cicaldo, but it's won back again by the Ukraine, and they're coming forward now, but knocked out of play there by Simchuk, and it's going to be a throw-in for Romania, as we have about 90 seconds left of injury time in this game. Romania 3, the Ukraine 0. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Commentary Hub. We know that you can do. There's lots of opportunity out there to watch many different forms of commentary and watch-alongs and things like that. So I wanted to thank you very much for taking your valuable time today to listen to this game. We really appreciate it. And here is Marinovsky. Marinovsky just dropped back to Zinchenko. And across here now to the number 13, Zabarny. Now to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko cuts inside, a little bit of space in front of him. And the ball breaks loose here to Brazko. Brazko to Zinchenko. Tries to play that ball through. It almost broke loose to Dovbyk, but that is really well cleared away by Andre Burka. As we are edging down time now. Here is Modric. Modric all of 30 yards out. Gets the shot away. Oh, it's spilled by Nitan. And, well, he does win the ball back, but the shot by Modric was spilled by the goalkeeper, but he gets away with that one as Marinovsky just comes in with the challenge. But let's look at this again. Just takes a very brief deflection off Dragusin, but the goalkeeper was behind it. He didn't try to really catch it, just allowed it to hit him, and it just rebounded away. As the throw-in is taken quickly, and it's headed on, won there nicely by the number 8, by Yarmolenko there. And that's it. It is full time. Well, goals in the second half from Razvan Marin on 52 minutes and Denis Dragas on 56 minutes. Add to the goal on 29 minutes by Nikolai Stanku. And, well, despite not really having possession for much of the game, they have managed to come away with a 3-0 victory. And the Ukraine have really been heavily beaten today. And for Romania, perhaps even a point will be enough to take them through, but they'll be looking for the win in their next game against Slovakia. It's full time here at the Allianz Arena. It's Romania 3, Ukraine 0. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you very much there, Paul James, for excellent coverage on the game between Romania and Ukraine. As always, he always brings us excellent commentaries, does our very own Paul James, and today was no exception. Another fantastic, I should say no difference, another fantastic commentary from Paul once again in another great victory, this time for Romania in the Euro 2024 campaign. And Paul, just before you do head off and just leave us this evening, just give us your overall thoughts and just explain in a bit more detail now the game's finished and why Dennis Mann was your player of the match this afternoon.
Well, Dennis Mann, I was very close to giving it to Banku, to be honest, because the back has been brilliant. He's been like a rock. But Dennis Mann was involved in both goals, but 2 of the 3 goals anyway. And his performances today was very, very good down the right-hand side. The Ukraine really struggled to deal with him. So I felt for me that he deserved it just a little bit more. He'd gotten behind the defence on so many different occasions. Remember, Romania, for the most part, they were struggling for possession, especially in that second half. But what they did have when they had the ball, they looked absolutely brilliant when they had the ball. And the movement and the creativity and the chances that they had was fantastic, and they deserved their victory today. And I think for that reason, Dennis Mann deserves his player of the match too.
Yes, thank you very much. Then Paul, let Paul go, and he'll be back with us on the air very shortly. Indeed, he'll be back, in fact, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. as Portugal take on the Czech Republic. Make sure you join Paul for that one then, where we'll be joined alongside by myself alongside him for commentary on the first on the game tomorrow evening, and I'll be back later. But before we finish off on this programme this afternoon, then let's go and find out what England boss Gareth Southgate felt of the performance yesterday after the game against Serbia in the Arena Al Schalke, which is the home of Schalke. And we'll get the thoughts of Gareth Southgate in just a moment, and we'll also hear the thoughts of England debutant at a major tournament, Mark Gay, as well. But first, let's find out the thoughts of England boss Gareth Southgate. We are having a few technical difficulties trying to bring us Gareth Southgate there at this moment in time. We'll get Gareth on in just a second or two. And in fact, what I can do is I can bring you the thoughts of England boss Gareth Southgate in just a second, where he speaks about the performance from the Three Lions last night. Here he is now speaking to the BBC after the game last night.
Gareth, 3 points on the opening game is exactly what you wanted, but was that? Well, Gareth, 3 points on the opening game is exactly what you wanted, but was that a little bit less comfortable in the end than you'd have liked?
Well, than we'd have liked, but that's the reality of tournaments. You know, they're a strong team. We had to suffer a bit, which I think is really good for us. You know, to come through and defend our box the way we did under pressure is important for the group. We obviously had good chances to extend the lead and to kill the game, which we didn't manage to take. So I was really pleased with a lot of the play, especially the first half. I thought we used the ball really well. Second half, we didn't keep it quite as well as we need to, but to get the win and the start that we have is really important.
Jude Bellingham will get the headlines once again for scoring the winner and his overall performance. You said before the game that you wanted to see him make those runs into the box. Did we see exactly what he can do for England tonight?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he writes his own scripts, doesn't he? He just you know, the timing of his runs. It was a super bit of play in the build up to the goal as well. And I thought at different moments all of our forward players looked dangerous. Did a really good job for the team.
How do you get them then to score more goals to kill those games off earlier?
Well, today was just the finishing, you know, and a good save from the goalkeeper from the header towards the end. But that will come. You know, I'm confident we'll score goals. You know, playing against the back five, it's not easy to create chances, but we did. And you know, in the end, one was enough. And as I said, I like the fact that we had to suffer a bit without the ball, because I think that's an area of the game we've worked on a lot this week, and we were obviously so much better than we were last week with doing that.
Trent Alexander-Arnold had almost 70 minutes in midfield. How did you feel that went, and in particular how it went when the game changed in that second half?
Well, good. I mean, I have to say, you know, he's been really diligent in getting his positioning right, balancing off. Obviously, Jude goes forward a lot, so I thought Trent adapted and adjusted to his positioning really well. Used the ball well, obviously had really good effort on goal. In the end, we wanted some fresh legs in there, and Connor obviously can get to the ball quickly, and we've got a squad and we need to use it.
Thoughts there of England boss Gareth Southgate on the 1-0 win over Serbia last night for England, and it was a very good performance in the first half, in particular for the Three Lions last night. A man who made his debut for England last night at a major tournament was Mark Gay, and we'll hear from him in just a second or two. But Mike Conham has been on. He says, good win for Romania this afternoon. He was indeed my friend. And he also says, the man was the man for Romania. Indeed, he was, Mike. Indeed, he was. And just before we do leave you for this afternoon, let's bring you the thoughts of England defender Mark Gay, who made his debut. And he says he was very proud of the team's performance against a tough and physical Serbian side in their opening game at Euro 2024. Let's hear from the England defender now.
Congratulations on your tournament debut with England, a clean sheet and a win as well. How did you feel it went?
It went well. It's always very tough in the first game of any tournament. You know, both teams always at it, wanted to get the first 3 points. And I think we did really well. We dealt with their long balls quite well, defended our box. You know, they're a good side. It was a tough test. So, yeah, really proud of the boys today.
Yeah, you talked there about being a tough test. It was a very physical test as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, when you've got Vlahovic and Mitrovic up front, you know, a team full of 6-foot giants in their team, you know, it's always going to be physical. and they can play as well. They're always going to cause threats. But I think we dealt with it well today.
What was that like for you coming into a new look backline as the new player in there to have to deal with such threats?
I've always said it helps when you've got so many experienced players around me. Trips, who's got like 4 tournaments or 5 tournaments under his belt. Stonesy the same, Walks the same, Picks the same. So, I'm coming into a backline with so much experience, and the players in front have got so much experience as well. So it helps a lot for me.
What did change in the second half because England were so dominant in that opening 45 minutes?
You're playing against good players. A tough system to play against as well, to get pressure on. And you're always kind of worrying about the ball in behind and their physical threat. And I think in these games you just have to make sure that you're as solid as possible. You're not always going to play the way you want to play, but it's important that you adapt. I think we adapted well today.
Yeah, you got the win, but does it maybe need to be better in the next games?
100%. We can always improve. And we'll definitely look to improve. Look at the areas in which we can get better. But it's a good start, and on to the next one.
And for you overall, first few days away on your first major tournament with England, how have you settled in?
Settled in well. I don't really like talking too much about myself. It's more about the team. But yeah, everyone makes everyone feel welcome. It's a good spirit in the camp, and yeah, just glad to be here.
England defender Mark Gay there speaking about the performance last night, and he also said there he doesn't like to speak about himself. It's all about team performance, and that's what is actually quite true. There's no I in team, and this is what we like to see. There's no I in team, and we like to see that each player or management team from the management during the management team or the squad, when a new player comes in, we like to see them get integrated very, very well and made to feel welcome. And that's what it sounded like there with Mark Gay saying about the team and how he felt coming into this tournament and how he's felt being part of this England squad so far. Well, that's all we've got time for on this afternoon's coverage of our Euro 2024 campaign so far. Join us later from 7:50 tonight as we take you through Austria against France in the opening game of the tournament in their match this evening. On air from 7:50, join myself, Russ Menon, for that as I guide you through that action. But until then, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. See ya at 7:50 p.m. UK time. Goodbye for now.